Hello, all you fine fellow mathletes. We're looking at question number 4 in part A on the 2015 Canadian Open paper. Now, we're going to finish off part A in this video, so up next will be part B. If you haven't already, I would urge you to get a copy of the contest by clicking the first link in the description down below and trying out B and C. Depending on the level you're at, you might find B easy, but B might be what's going to challenge you this year, and I want you to actually try them out ahead of time. Identify your areas of weaknesses, the problems that you like, the problems that you don't like, your ability to write things out and get part marks, even if it's B or if it's C. Okay? Do try these out, but let's get back to question number 4 in part A. So the area of a rectangle is 180 units squared, and the perimeter is 54 units. If the length of each side of the rectangle is increased by 6 units, what is the area of the resulting rectangle? So we've got a rectangle, and then it goes out by 6, by 6, and then we make a much bigger rectangle. Okay? The thing is, I don't know the dimensions of this new rectangle, because I don't actually know the individual dimensions, the length and the width of the old rectangle, but I've got 2 pieces of information here, and this should help me out. Okay? So we know 180 units squared should be the length times the width of the original rectangle. And we know 54, just for reference here, length, width, we'll get another length and a width here. This should be 2 times the length plus the width. Okay? Because of the perimeter, we just count the sides, so we've got 2 lengths and 2 widths being added up. Okay, so divided by 2, that means 27 is length plus width. Now what we can do is we could say that width is 27 minus length. Just subtract L from both sides. And then plug that back into this original expression here. So 180 is now length times 27 minus length. And now we're going to get a nice little quadratic formula here. I admit that some of you out there might be able to look at these and guess and check your way to what L and W are. Okay, and that's fine because, you know, in A part we just need the final answer, but if you're at all worried about your mental arithmetic, write it out, solve the quadratic. It's not that bad. So we'll get, 180 27L minus L squared. So let's bring everything over to the other side. We'll get L squared minus 27L is plus 180 is equal to 0. Okay, so now we need to sort of think, all right, could we factor this in our heads? You know, maybe 9 times 20, well, that doesn't work. 10 times 18, that quite doesn't work. When in doubt, of course, we can always use the quadratic formula. Okay, and so, you know, if we needed to, we'd do L is negative 27 plus or minus the square root of 27 squared, which is 729, minus 4 times 180 all over 2. Okay, so that'll be 27 plus or minus 724, so minus, so this will be plus or minus 9 all over 2, so we'll get 27 plus or minus, just incidentally, 4 times 18 was 72, so it's 729 minus 720 leaves me a 9. So plus or minus 3 all over 2, and so we'll get 30 over 2 or 24 over 2. So it could be 15 or 12. And W will end up being the other value. Okay, just divide 180 by whichever one you choose. So we'll say, so L is 15 and W is 12. Okay. What if you really want the length to be 12? Well, traditionally the length is supposed to be the longer of the two, but I don't care and the markers won't care. So if you really want L to be 12, you'll just solve for W is 15. It's not going to change things because the dimensions of the new rectangle are 15 plus 6 by 12 plus 6, and that's 21 times 18. So the area will be, well, 21 times 18. Okay, I'll take out 3 factors of 3 would be 27 times 7 times 2, so that's 27 times 14. Of course, remember we have to do this without a calculator. 8 carry 2, 10, and then 270, so it'll be 378 ends up being our area. So 378 is the area of the new rectangle that we're talking about. Okay. Actually, I probably shouldn't have rearranged it like that, because I think it's easier to multiply 21 and 18 just because of the presence of that 1 there. Yeah, it's actually a little cleaner to do that, and then 0, 1, 2. But we still get 3, 7, 8 in the end. Okay? So, I'm just going to clean this up. I shouldn't have rearranged it like that. I was trying to group things together, and it ended up being slightly worse, but that's okay. So, 376, we just wanted the new area, right? Not the new perimeter. Okay, good, and of course, that would go in the usual place, final answer box. Okay, so let's scroll down and get ready for Part B. We're going to be looking at Part B, question number 1 in the next video. Once again, I would encourage you, if you haven't already, try that one before we get to that. Okay? And I'll see you in the next video next time.